A tweet about an interview with an actress cost Rebecca Long-Bailey her job today as Labour's education spokesperson. Keir Starmer sacked her for retweeting an interview which said Israeli police tactics were behind the behaviour that led to the death of George Floyd. The Labour leader said his one-time leadership rival had spread an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. But a Conservative minister in trouble received rather more sympathy from his boss today, as our Deputy Political Editor Sam Coates reports.
Two prominent politicians in trouble. One, Conservative Robert Jenrick, still in post tonight. The other, Labour's Rebecca Long-Bailey, out. Keir Starmer's first sacking. The Shadow Education Secretary's offence, sharing on Twitter an interview with actress Maxine Peake containing what Labour judged to be an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. The actress asserted that the police tactics used against George Floyd, who was killed in America, were learnt from seminars with Israeli secret services. In a tweet this morning quoting the interview, Rebecca Long-Bailey referred to Maxine Peake as a diamond. In the first sign of trouble 2 hours later, she wrote her initial message wasn't intended to be an endorsement of all aspects of the article. 3 hours later, Keir Starmer's office announced that he had sacked her. In a statement, a spokesperson said, "As leader of the Labour Party, Keir has been clear that restoring trust with the Jewish community is a #1 priority. Anti-Semitism takes many different forms, and it is important that we are all vigilant against it." Jewish Labour supporters welcomed the move.
We have for too long called for actions, not just words and more words from the Labour leadership. All we got under Jeremy Corbyn was words and no activity. Keir Starmer has taken some firm action today, and that's to be welcomed.
But allies of Jeremy Corbyn, who all backed Rebecca Long-Bailey in the leadership contest, were horrified. The left believes the punishment doesn't fit the crime and want to know why.
I do think it's a mistake, and it's unfortunate because it will create division within the party, because a lot of the left will see Rebecca as probably the most high-profile left-winger within the shadow cabinet now, or formerly, and will feel a fear of it. And I think most fair-minded people will think it's a harsh decision.
No such harsh decisions from Boris Johnson, who was refusing to discipline Housing Secretary Robert Jenrick over his dealings with property tycoon Richard Desmond.
Mr Jenrick has published all of the correspondence on this matter. The Cabinet Secretary has considered that and has said that there's no further investigation needed, and so the Prime Minister regards this matter as closed.
Today we've seen two contrasting examples of leadership. Boris Johnson stood determinedly alongside Housing Secretary Robert Jenrick, just as he did with top aide Dominic Cummings before him. For Downing Street, getting rid of someone means giving in to media pressure and opposition calls. It's weakness and hence best avoided. Keir Starmer sacked Rebecca Long-Bailey without even speaking to her. For him, he's decided to use it as a show of strength. He's picked a fight with the party's left wing, one that he didn't need to have, but now needs to win. Opposite tactics, but one identical goal: to look strong. Sam Coates, Sky News.
Well, both those political stories featuring in tomorrow's papers. Here's the headline in the Metro: "It's so long, Long-Bailey."